Okay, so student, today we are going to start the new chapter of biology, and which is the cell, structural and fundamental unit of life. So just let me explain what is cell first. Okay, so what is cell? In chapter name itself, the definition is given of the cell. Okay, so what is cell? The cell is the structural and fundamental unit of life is called as
Sir, it's also the functional unit.
structure. Yes, fundamental is nothing but the basics structure. Okay, we'll write functional. Okay, the structural and functional fundamental unit of life. Okay, unit of life is called as cell. Okay, so why it is called as structural and functional? Now we have to understand that. Okay, see, whatever the like shape we have, like human being, the mango tree, the cow, dog, whatever the animals and plant we have around us, they have particular structure. Is it like we have two eyes between the nose, below the nose we have the mouth? Okay,
Yes,
mouth
sir. We have
we
a
have the,
yes,
yes.
sir. Like
So
perfect
whatever the
structure.
structure of body we have, it is due to the individual cell and their types only. Means cells are responsible to provide structure to the living organism. Okay, that's why it is called as structural. And why it is called as functional? Because whatever the function which are performed in our body, which are due to the cell only. Okay, like if suppose I am speaking, so I am speaking, so in our throat we have the vocal cord. Vocal cord is also called as larynx or Adam's apple. It is also called as Adam's apple. Okay, so here we have the voice box, which is helping us to communicate with others in the form of voice. Okay, so there we have specialized cell.
Sir, what is mean by structural, sir? Can you once repeat?
Structural. Okay, so let me write each and every part here. Structural. Why it is called as structural unit? Okay, so it is called as structural unit because it provides.
Sir, it forms the basic structure of the human,
Yes, it
basic structure
provides
of
base.
organisms.
Yes, yes. It provides basic structure and it provides basic structure and identity to different organisms, whether they are plant or animal. Okay, whether they are plant or they are animal. Okay, so that's why the cell is called a structural unit. Okay, it means what? The cell provides basic structure and identity to the different organism present on earth. That's why it is called as structural unit. And why it is called as functional unit?
Because it provides the function.
Performs all the
It
functions.
performs, yes, it performs all the functions. Okay, so like we have different organ. So see, we know the hierarchy of the different parts of the body. So all like we can say body or human body or any body of the organism is formed by the organ system. Okay, and organ system is formed by organ. Okay, and organs are formed by tissues.
Yes, sir. Tissues are
And
formed by
tissues
cell.
are formed by cells. Yes, so cells are formed many same or different kind of cell, they combine to form tissues. When different tissues and same or maybe different kind of tissues, they are combined to form organs. different organ combines to form organ system and ultimately the body. Okay, so whatever the structure of body and whatever the function of the body which are performed by the individual cells only. Okay, so structure and function start from here only. That's why cell is called as the basic structural and functional unit of life. Okay, everyone, any doubt here?
No doubt, sir.
So take a screenshot, then we are going to move further in order to understand the types of cell. Take a screenshot. Done.
Done, sir.
Okay. So now we are going to understand the types of cell. Okay. So types of cell. So anyone have any idea about types of cell?
There are two
Yes,
types of
sir.
cells
Yes,
and
sir. Sir, there are two types of cells, sir. Unicellular and multicellular, sir.
No,
Unicellular, sir, which have only one type of cell.
no,
And
Sir,
sir,
eukaryotes and prokaryotes.
Yes, eukaryotes and prokaryotic cell. First we have prokaryotic cell. Prokaryotic cell.
sir, what unicellular and multicellular also there?
Organism, they are formed, they are types of organism. If we have like amoeba, it is formed by only one cell, so it is unicellular organism. This is the types of organism beta. Okay, and type of cell we have prokaryotic cell and eukaryotic cell. Okay,
Yes, sir.
yeah, so
Yes.
second type is eukaryotic cell. So what are the prokaryotic and eukaryotic cell that we have to understand? So for that I'm just going to draw one diagram over here. Okay, so at the center of the cell we have the nucleus. So I'm writing here nucleus. Okay, inside the nucleus we have again small structure which is called as nucleolus. Outside the nucleolus we have the envelope like structure which is called as
Nuclear envelope.
endoplasmic reticulum. Endoplasmic reticulum. In short, it is called as ER. ER again of two types. One
Yes, sir. Rough
smooth and
endoplasmic reticulum and smooth endoplasmic reticulum.
yes. So smooth are called as SER and rough are called as RER.
RER.
So what are rough and smooth? If ribosomes are attached on it. Suppose I am drawing one unit of endoplasmic reticulum here. Okay, like here we have, like we can draw many units, but I'm just
Sir, if sir ribosome are
Yes.
attached, then it is called rough endoplasmic reticulum.
Yes.
And if
If ribosomes are attached, see that round structure are nothing but of ribosomes. Okay, if ribosomes
Sir,
are
ribosomes do not have any this
function,
membrane, right?
uh,
Sir, ribosomes do not have any membrane, right?
they do have. That's why they appears round in structure. No, they
Okay,
do
sir.
have beta.
Okay, sir.
Because inside the ribosome we have the genetic material which is nothing but the RNA. Okay, and the ribosomes help during the protein synthesis. Okay, so they do appear differently because they have membrane. Okay, so if ribosomes are attached on endoplasmic reticulum, then they are called as rough endoplasmic reticulum. If ribosomes are not attached on endoplasmic reticulum, then they appear smooth. That's why they are called as smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Okay, then I'm drawing one more structure here. It is a Golgi apparatus. It is Golgi apparatus or Golgi body. Okay, then we have here the structure called mitochondria. Okay, then
mitochondria.
Mitochondria, yes. Then we have lysosomes. Okay, we have lysosomes. Okay, so all these are nothing but they are called as beta cell organelles. Cell organelles. Okay, all this basic structure present inside the cell are called
Cell
as
organelles.
cell organelles. Okay, so
Sir,
in
cell
this
organelles, sir, spelling is sir different. Sir.
Organils. No.
No, sir, its spelling is wrong, sir. That you have written.
What is the spelling?
Sir, O-R.
Double N.
No, sir, O-R-G. Sir, 1 minute.
RGANN.
Yes, double N is there.
Sir, O-R-G-A-N-N, sir. E-L-S.
ELS
Yeah, sir.
Yes, sir.
organelles.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. So all these are called as beta cell organelles. Okay. So we are able to observe all the cell organelles here because they have well membrane bound or like membrane around them. That's why we are able to observe them clearly. Is it or not? Is it?
Yes, sir.
Yes. But we have another cell like the cell which is present in bacteria. Okay. Here we have the dense structure and which is called as nucleus. Here we have mitochondria also, endoplasmic reticulum, RNA, DNA, whatever like cell organelles we have here also. But they are not, identified separately because whatever the cell organelles present in this particular cell, they do not have well membrane bound structure. Okay, so those cells they do not have well membrane bound structure are called as prokaryotic cell. They are called as prokaryotic cell. Whereas
The prokaryotic cells have a membrane bound, they have a membrane, right? The nuclear
no.
nuclear membrane is not there.
Prokaryotic cell they do not have well membrane bound structure.
Membrane nucleus. And sir, eukaryotic cell have sir well bound membrane nucleus.
Yes. Eukaryotic cell have the well membrane bound cell organelles.
They don't have the nuclear membrane in the prokaryotes.
Yes.
Nuclear membrane, right?
No.
Prokaryotes don't
We,
have.
yes. Listen. We are
Sir,
considering.
someone is in waiting room.
Somebody is in waiting room. Wait a second. Yes, 2 students are in waiting room. Sai Charan. Okay. See, all the cell organelles are not well membrane bound, but we are considering nucleus only. See, what is the meaning of prokaryote? Pro means beta the primitive. Primitive means old, very old. Okay, and karyotic means the nucleus. Karyon means the nucleus. Okay, so primitive nucleus means those cells they like the nucleus which do not have well membrane bound structure. So on the basis of name of the prokaryotic we can consider nucleus, but we have to consider all other cell organelles. Okay, so if all the cell organelles or sometimes some organelles they have well membrane bound structure in case of prokaryotic also. If we will consider nucleus then we'll also do. If we will consider the cell organelles then we'll also do. Okay, so I'm just going to write definition over here for the prokaryotic cell. So those cell I've started recording or not? Yes, it is recording. Okay.
Sir, I can't see where you're writing, sir. Could you scroll down?
Those cell.
Okay, yes, sir.
Now it is visible?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. Those cell which do not have well membrane
So well-defined membrane.
Yes, we can say well-defined also. Well-defined
nuclear membrane.
Yeah, well-defined nucleus. If you will say well-defined means we are able to observe them separately. It is well-defined, and which is possible due to we have well membrane bound structure. Okay, so those cells which do not have well membrane bound nucleus okay, are called as prokaryotic cell. Prokaryotic cell. Okay, everyone. Or if you want to define like in different way, you can define it like, wait a second, I'm just scrolling down. Okay, so I'm just defining over here prokaryotic prokaryotic cell. Prokaryotic cell. So the cell or those cell which do not have well defined nucleus. Okay, if we are writing nucleus, then we will write well defined. If we will write a nuclear membrane, so we do not have to write well defined. Okay, okay, so those,
So I wrote those cells which do not have well-defined nuclear membrane are called as prokaryotic.
okay, that
cells.
will do also, that will do. Okay, so those cells which do not have well defined nucleus are called as prokaryotic cell. Okay, so here you have to write pro means the primitive and karyote means it is taken from the karyon and karyon means the nucleus. Okay,
Yes, sir.
okay, so now we are going to define, I want everyone have to take a screenshot for that first. Done?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now I'm going to write the definition for eukaryotic cell. Okay, it is the same, just you have to, instead of you have to write not have, just remove that not. Okay, so those cell which have well defined nucleus, are called as eukaryotic cell. Eukaryotic cell. Or if you want to write like those cells which have well defined, or we can say which have all the cell organelles are well membrane bound, are called as eukaryotic cell. So I am writing another definition here. Those cell which have well membrane bound cell organelles. Organelles. Organelles are called as eukaryotic cell. And here the word EU means the true. Okay, and again the karyon means the nucleus. Okay, means they have true nucleus beta in their cell. Okay, so this is all about the prokaryotic cell and eukaryotic cell. Now I'm going to write the example. So prokaryotic cell present in bacteria. Yes. Okay, and eukaryotic cell, I'm writing example here.
Organisms.
Amoeba, sir, amoeba is a eukaryotic, right?
Yes,
Organisms, animals.
plants,
We also, sir.
animals. Yes, we are in animal, or we can write human. Okay, and protozoas. Okay, so everyone take a screenshot for that.
Yes, sir.
Done, sir.
Okay, so any doubt in that part, just do repeat, like have 2 minutes and just do repeat. And you will get the difference between prokaryotic and eukaryotic cell. Okay, so see, most prokaryotes are unicellular. Okay, and we have the special the phylum which is called as Monera. Okay, Monera. Okay, where all the bacteria and sometimes few protozoas like disease causing protozoas coming there. Okay, but Monera is there. Okay, the phylum Monera, all the organism of phylum Monera. So I'm writing here all the organism of phylum Monera. Monera have prokaryotic cell. Prokaryotic cell. Okay, you have to remember that phylum Monera. Okay, so most
Okay.
prokaryotes are unicellular. Okay, but in case of eukaryote, they may have unicellular as well as multicellular. So in multicellular, we have plant and animal, and in unicellular,
Sir,
okay,
are ribosome cell organelles?
we will let me discuss all the 5 points and then we will add, if you have some point, we will add there. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So in unicellular organism, we have protozoa. Protozoa means we have amoeba, we have paramecium, we have euglena. All these are the protozoa. Okay, and they are made up of the single cell but eukaryotic cell. Okay. Second
Sir,
difference.
what is a yeast?
Yes, beta.
Which is it yeast?
Yes. Yeast, protozoa. It is protozoa. It is fungi. It is a fungus. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Yeast is very useful and it is used in bakeries. Okay. Next.
Sir,
The second.
protozoan.
Yeast
Sir,
is not
protozoa.
protozoa. No. It is a fungus, beta. Fungus. Yeast is the fungus.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Second difference. The nucleus is poorly defined, means it is not well defined due to absence of nuclear membrane. Okay, due to absence of nuclear membrane, it appears like a dense structure at the center of the cell. But in eukaryotic cell, the nucleus is prominent, means it is well defined, and it is surrounded by the nuclear membrane. That's why it is well defined structure. Nucleus have the well defined structure. Okay, the third one. Nucleolus is absent in prokaryotic cell. Very important. Which cell organelles is absent in prokaryotic cell? So it is nucleolus. Just remember that part. Very important. But in eukaryotic cell, we have the nucleolus present. Nucleolus is present in eukaryotic cell. Okay. Just remember that very important point. Important. Why it is important? Because cell organelles called nucleolus is absent in prokaryotic cell and present
Sir.
in
Sir, because sir, prokaryotic don't have a nucleus, sir. So nucleus part is also nucleolus. So sir, nucleolus is also not there in prokaryotic.
yes. See what happens generally, the process of protein synthesis, like all the Monera organism, they do not have DNA, they have RNA as a genetic material. Okay, but in eukaryotic cell we have the DNA as a genetic material. So nucleolus is there which promotes the formation of mRNA for the process of photosynthesis. For the protein process of protein synthesis, but it is not takes place in prokaryotes, because DNA is not present there. They do have already the strain of mRNA inside them. Okay, that's why nucleolus is non-functioning in prokaryote. That's why it is absent. Okay, fourth difference. Cell organelles such as plastid, mitochondria, Golgi bodies, etc. are absent. Okay, but in eukaryotic cell, we have the plastid, mitochondria, and Golgi bodies are present. Last but not the least, bacteria and blue-green algae are prokaryotic cell. Okay, yes. See, blue-green algae, it is like, why it is appears green? Because it have the chlorophyll, chloroplast. Okay.
Yes,
So
the
we
blue
have,
green algae also used in agriculture, sir.
yes, and it is main source of food for aquatic animals. Okay, but in case of eukaryotic cell, we have the fungi, plant, animal cell, etc. are eukaryotic cell. Yes. So I think Nihar was about to add one point here. Yes, Nihar.
Sir, I was asking that whether ribosome is a cell organelle.
Ribosome, yes, beta, it is cell.
Yes, sir. Ribosome and lysosomes are all cell organelles.
See, what happens generally, suppose here we have the mRNA. What is mRNA? It is messenger RNA. Okay. During the protein synthesis process, transcription process takes place inside the nucleus, and inside the nucleus we have DNA. DNA forms that mRNA strain. Okay, and when that mRNA coming out from the nucleus in cytoplasm, that combines with the 2 unit of ribosomes here. Okay, so they combines with ribosome. Okay, and that ribosome contain here RNA. That's why it is called as ribosomal RNA, rRNA. Okay, so that ribosomes are helping in order to protein synthesis process. In protein synthesis process, in order to invite the tRNA along with the anticodons. We will discuss that, but in higher classes about the protein synthesis. It is not in your syllabus. It is
The
very,
nucleolus contains margin fibers which help in protein synthesis.
yes, yes.
So
Beta.
that is why RNA is not used in prokaryotes as nucleolus is absent.
Yes, yes. Because prokaryote contain RNA as a genetic material, but in eukaryotic cell we have DNA as a genetic material, and DNA is forming mRNA for the process of protein synthesis. Okay, that's why nucleus which promotes the process of protein synthesis. It promotes that RNA polymerase enzyme for the process of protein synthesis. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So these are the 5 basic difference between prokaryotic and eukaryotic cell. Okay, so I want everyone have to take a screenshot for that. Done. Everyone done, beta?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Sahil,
Yes, sir.
done?
Yes, sir.
Okay, any doubt here?
No, sir.
Okay. So now we will discuss the next part. What is the time? It is 44. We have 16 minutes.
Sir, 15 minutes.
Okay.